idea.
We already have Jeet saying hello. I don't know how he said hello even before the stream is on,
No,
but
you can message before, like when it's the waiting.
yeah, that's possible. But his hello came through like after the stream
Oh,
was on for some reason. Anyways, we have four people already, which is good, so we can just get started. Hello, Jeet, and whoever the other three random people showing up are. Probably someone from Eileen's Instagram. But yeah, okay, we'll just start. Guys, you know me, I'm your host. We do this live every week. And if you are just showing up today, there's a red subscribe button. Just click on that because we are at 901 subscribers. We would like to get to 1,000 before this year ends. It's kind of important, the 1,000 goal. Actually, I want to go for 1,024, but we'll try to keep it non-math for today. We also have Aline here. Aline, please take the stage.
hey guys, my name is Eileen, and I currently just passed out my 12th standard, and I'm here with Aman, and I want to dabble into this technological world, and who else to do it with other than Aman, So let's see what news we have for today, and I'm super excited.
He's being very humble, guys. But yeah, we'll just move on from that. And also, I realize I've been pronouncing your name wrong this entire time. Okay, just letting you guys know, full disclosure, he was a student in the camp, but he is one of the smartest dude I've ever met. He is really good with talking and the entire monologue. That's one of the reasons I have asked him to be on the stream. Okay, now he has some, let's just say, political views about everything. We will not be getting into that just right now. We'll start off with some news. Then we also, as the live stream title says, scammer returns. So we have some updates on the scammer. We have some updates on the cryptocurrency, and then we'll get into a full blown discussion. Let's see where it goes. Okay. So starting with the oh, gee, yesterday one of your friend pressed the subscribe button and the phone caught fire. Are you sure it's a? Hold on. I'm so sorry. I somehow got a phone call. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Will. Okay. So sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Perfect. We are back on track. Okay. I'm not saying, Jeet, that it's an MI phone. It could be a OnePlus phone. OnePlus phone lately have been catching on fire. So just saying. Okay, cool. Let's move on to our first tech news. And as we all know, and we are always proud when an Indian from an IIT gets to be somewhere in a foreign company and gets to become the CEO. So an Indian became replaced Jack Dorsey as the CEO of Twitter. So that's like the main Indian news. Okay, that's the only political slash national slash Indian news we have for today. Okay, moving on to other non Indian news. The first one is I don't know about you guys, but just give me a second. I'll try to see if my video is on. It is on. Okay, so NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series, they're gonna be launching in 2022. Now, if you have no idea what NVIDIA is or what GeForce is or what RTX is, don't worry. NVIDIA is basically a company. So now, if you have a laptop, there's a really good chance that on your laptop there's this one sticker. It says GeForce or NVIDIA, right? So basically they make graphics card. Those are the things which make your games go really fast and all that stuff. And RTX is real-time ray tracing technology, which just basically means everything looks like real life. Okay. Takshil, RTX is your read. RTX graphics cards are really difficult to come by because of the cryptocurrency. What usually happens is uh, you can mine Bitcoin and Ethereum really, like, it's better if you mine it on a GPU, right? So mining takes up a lot of computing power, and GPUs are there to help you mine stuff. So what happens is these crypto miners, they come on the market, they take up every single graphics card possible, and then the prices of graphics card go high. Even the second hand graphics card, they go more than the first class product, right? So that's kind of been the issue the past 2-3 years since the Bitcoin and Ethereum price is rising. One of the other ill effects of cryptocurrency. But yeah, that's what RTX is. That's what GeForce and Nvidia is. Aline, do you have a comment on this? Do you care about graphics card? Do you game much? Do you? Question.
I do care about graphics cards, but not particularly, in terms of crypto. I think I caught, on the idea of graphics card like around like 2 or 3 years ago, when the whole like gaming scene was like really high. I think that's the time I like got to know that graphics card, like, that's not only like enhancing your game, but it can do like a lot of stuff. So like you mentioned, if you want to mine, you need like good GPU. So I think, of course, it's like the sneaker scene, the graphics cards, more than like the face value. Now because of crypto, like the value of graphics card has also like shot. So like more than like the face value of like using graphics card to like you know game, it's more now like concentrated at like mining crypto. I mean, at least
I'm
a
going to
lot of
stop you right there before you spoil the cryptocurrency segment. But as I was saying, so okay, do you play any games? Talking about games, do you play any games?
I do. I used to play Fortnite. Uh,
Fortnite. We have a Fortnite player. Okay. And
yes, and I recently started what is it? COD, Warzone.
that's a good game. That's a really good game. Okay, so yeah, as we guys were saying, graphics card is kind of an important thing if you want a game. Your laptop, more often than not, will have a graphics card. If you don't have a dedicated graphics card, you will have dedicated, maybe inbuilt Intel graphics or maybe Radeon graphics. So yeah, graphics card kind of important. Moving on to the next story, Pixel 6 was just announced before a few months, and they have their own SoC, as in their own chip. As you know, Apple has these A15 Bionic and M1 chips and M1 Max and all that stuff. Pixel, they have their own Tensor chips. But the issue is, Pixel 6, okay, they have a lot of bugs. If your Pixel 6 goes to 0% battery, there's this bug, you cannot use your fingerprint sensor. If it goes to 0% battery and if you charge it back up, it will stop, the fingerprint sensor will stop working, which is kind of bizarre. What has charging to do with fingerprint? But it's a software bug. They fixed it. But now there's this another bug, where like Pixel 6 will reject USB-C cables which are low quality. Like if you use an Amazon Basics USB-C cable, and if it's not like rated for high quality, it will just not charge. So there's, I mean, Google, being, it's a really good software company, but when it comes to hardware, Google kinda sucks. Also, nothing against them. They are a really good software company. We are on YouTube, and talking about YouTube, just subscribe. But yeah, next news is, well, Twitter has announced this new feature. So if so basically what the new feature is, they okay, they have, okay, I should just scroll up. Okay, sharing images, they have this entire tweet, you can read it. But what will happen is, from now on, you will not be able to share someone else's photo on Twitter without their permission. So if I get up tomorrow and decide to share Aline's photo without Aline's permission, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, because Twitter will directly take my photo down without even any notices or any reports. So kind of a good thing. It's really good for privacy and stuff. But yeah, that's Twitter's new policy. Ali, do you have any thoughts? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing, or just a thing, or you don't even care about Twitter?
I'm very like on like the verge of like good or bad, because at what point do you draw the line? Because privacy, yes, is important, but then like you still have the freedom of, like, for example, journalists who's like like their basic work is to like use these images, find faults or like information from them. Like, at what point do you draw the line between like privacy and like public knowledge? Because I think something that is out there and something that has been put out there with the knowledge that it's going to be used does not then require to be policed by a company like Twitter, and especially on Twitter where there have been very famous written cases that have like opposed people's privacy. So like at what point do they draw the line? Like if this is just like for a joke, or you're like doing something wrong with their photo.
Okay, so maybe a good example would be, what if someone decided, some comedian decided tomorrow to make up a comic strip on a politician, and then Twitter just decides, like, Twitter doesn't have an issue with that. It's a free speech platform mostly, but some politician is like, hey, I have an issue with that. Can you get that be removed? And in fact, that is what the new Twitter. Recently we had this issue about how India should. Okay, I promise we are not gonna get political, but recently there was this issue about how Twitter should be responsible for the content that users upload on Twitter, which I think is kind of unreasonable, but also kind of reasonable. It's good for safety, but it's really bad for privacy. So yeah, if they're gonna just remove a post which contains someone's face, now, I know it's not with permission, but journalists do sometimes need to post something against someone else. So, yeah, I totally agree with your sentiment. Whatever you're trying to say, it perfectly makes sense. And let's go back to our Microsoft Edge. Now, if you don't know, Microsoft Edge is like the default browser on, well, basically Windows systems, right? Ali, do you use Microsoft Edge? Simple question, yes or no?
Nope.
You don't. Okay. You have to use it once, right, to download something like Chrome or Firefox?
Yeah, I think that's the only like use of Microsoft Edge. Like when you like
Huh?
open your laptop and it's brand new and you have to download Chrome, you do it from Edge.
That's fair. That's fair. That's very fair. But the issue is, lately, what Microsoft Edge is doing is, on Windows 11 systems, when you go to download Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge will literally, and I'm not kidding, it will show you a like half page ad saying that, hey, Microsoft Edge is basically based on Chromium. It's the same thing. Just, but just download us instead of Google Chrome. And that sucks. I mean, that's so stupid. It's the perfect, also the link thing. You cannot change your default browser on Windows 11, and it's just so bad. So yeah, Jane. Okay, I'm just gonna go read the chat. I'm not caring about Twitter. They blocked my account for a long time. Takshil, I have no idea why that happened. Jainik says, if you're not famous, your opinions do not matter on Twitter. No comments there. Well, you know what, Jainik? I'm gonna actually go on a side note, and I'm gonna tell you they actually do matter. So if you go to my Twitter, on my Twitter profile, my Wi-Fi was not working in the morning. Okay, and I called up the customer care helpline as we normally should, and they told me that there's a technical issue. We cannot get your complaint because we know the issue already exists. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. This is happening every single day, and you are telling me that you cannot accept my complaint, because if you accept the complaint, it goes official that there was an issue, right? And they would not accept my complaint. So I, in a very poor, judgment, I went on Twitter and I just, like, at the rate GTPL, and I'm like, dude, you guys have the worst customer service. You have a monopoly in Gujarat, and that kind of sucks. But like, what you guys are doing is completely wrong. And guess what? I got a call in the afternoon saying that, hey, we heard that you have some issue. You made a complaint. And I'm like, no, I did not make a complaint. I went on Twitter, I ranted about it, and it just worked. And they're like, okay, yeah, we're coming to your house to check what's wrong. We're gonna do a complete check of the line. Now my internet works fine. So it's the power of complaining. So yeah, so that's basically it. Okay. if that makes sense. Go on Twitter, complain to a few brands, maybe you get lucky. But yeah, Eileen, have you ever complained on Twitter?
Yeah,
Like,
I was going to say, I'd like to chip in on that because Twitter, I think, it- people get trolled on like, using Twitter for like these petty things. But I think as of now, that's one of the strongest user like apps because like people are constantly on Twitter for like God knows what. Like you message Donald Trump out of the random, and if he's in the mood, you'll get a reply. So like it's that common right now to like communicate and talk to people. So I think even though it like has like this idea of you just ranting on Twitter and like Twitter is only used for ranting, it works. So like
it works.
that's the best thing.
Even like if Elon Musk is in a good mood, you will get a reply back on your tweet, and it works. Believe me, it works. Yeah. Okay, coming back to Microsoft Edge, buy now, pay later, they have this feature and it's basically bloatware. What it does is, whenever you have to pay something to any company, they will, pay the money upfront and then you have to pay later. It's basically like a credit card with extra steps, kind of useless. Moving on to the next story, Meta, you guys know Meta, the new Facebook. They have ordered to sell Giphy. They have been ordered to sell Giphy by UK regulator. Now, if you don't know, Giphy is a GIF platform, right? So they basically have a lot of GIFs and they are supposed to sell it because UK regulators are like, hey, you have too much power. Just sell it. And yes, sadly, that's how it works. Also, not exactly sadly, but yeah, whatever. You guys can read this article. So I don't really know about what position Giphy was in before acquisition by Facebook. Oh, sorry, Meta. Blah blah blah. You can read it. It's a good article. But yeah, moving on to the next story. Tiny living robots figured out how to reproduce. So basically, nanobots have decided, not exactly decided, but nanobots have figured out how to self replicate themselves, which is kind of a really good thing. Now, if you have seen Avengers Endgame, uh, you're not getting an Iron Man suit right away, but nanotech works in medical appliances and all that stuff. Kind of a good thing. Yeah, that's basically it for this story. Now we're gonna go on a little tangent. I would like to talk about, which is basically scammers. Okay, now we have talked about scammers a lot on our channel. So first question to Aline. Okay, Ali, I don't know how I'm saying. If I'm saying your name wrong, please forgive me. There are like 10 people here and I'm kind of embarrassing myself. But
It's
I have a
completely
question.
right.
Okay,
I have heard my name's pronunciation in like all possible manners. So like this is top
yes,
three.
okay. So this doesn't affect you. You have been through worse. Okay, cool. Okay, my question to you is: have you ever got a scam call or a scam message? If yes, how do you deal with that?
Yes, scam calls. I think nowadays it's so common. It's like you get normal calls, you get scam calls. It's that like common. And I think the best way to deal with them is like not talk to them. And if you're in the mood of having fun, like, carry on the conversation.
Okay, well, what if they ask for some information? Do you give your information, or do you like, hey, I'm not gonna give any information. I don't trust you. I don't trust my friends. So why should I
Talk to them.
trust you?
Talk to them only till the time they ask for information, and then okay, that's it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Now that's not how I operate. What my friends do is, since I went on the live before a few weeks, I told you guys to send me scamming messages. Like if you get a WhatsApp forward saying that, hey, you want this money, whatever, blah blah blah, forward that to me because I apparently have a lot of free time, and what I do is I find those scammers and then I waste their time. Now my philosophy is, if they are wasting their time on me, that means they have less time to scam other vulnerable people who might be old, who might not have the same amount of technical knowledge that we youngsters have. So it's just a good thing in general, right? I think of it as a personal fun, but I don't want to get very patriotic about it, but I think it's kind of a good feeling. It's kind of a volunteering thing. I feel good about it that hey, they are at least not gonna scam other people. What I usually do with them is I send them a link, and they open that link thinking that I send them my PAN card or my other card, and then I get the information about their IP address, where they are from, where they are from. Usually on Telegram, it's Nigerian scammers from Africa, from Nigeria specifically. And if it's WhatsApp, the KBC scams, they are most probably from Pakistan, Karachi, right? But yeah, that's basically what it is. In US, if you go to US and if you get a scam call, the US scam calls originate from India, from Delhi, from Haryana. I'm not even kidding. Like if you go on YouTube and just search for scammer revolts or Jim Browning, amazing channels, just search for them after the live video, and you will see how scammers work and how these people, I'm basically following what they do. They hack the scammers. And you might be thinking, oh, scammers, do people even really fall for that? Yes, scammers earn like $30,000 per day. Imagine being a software engineer, you can't get even a job, and these scammers are earning $30,000 per day. That's that pisses me off. Be an engineer in India, you're not going to get a job for more than 30,000 rupees per month. Okay, so that's okay. Anyways, the update is, one of the scammers that I befriended last time, I pretended to be another scammer and asking him questions like, hey, how do you guys operate? How do you guys, manage your stuff? How do you get your phone numbers? And he hooked me up with his dealer from where he gets the phone number. Turns out he gets the phone number from India. And they basically pay like 2,000, 3,000 rupees, and they send him like 10 phone numbers. So because you need an Indian WhatsApp number to interact with the potential people getting scammed, right? So he told me about it, and he told that it's just a two-person operation. It's just him and his brother. And sometimes they earn 50,000 rupees, sometimes they don't earn much, but it's mostly a hit or miss thing. And a lot of people do this in these countries. And nothing against people who are illiterate or don't know education, but this guy told me that he doesn't even know how to write or read, right? I sent him a message on WhatsApp that, hey, bro, can you let me know how you get the list and all that stuff? He's like, bro, I don't know how. He said it in Hindi, भाई मेरे को पता नहीं है ये लिखना और पढ़ना नहीं आता, वॉइस नोट कर या फिर मेरे को कॉल कर. That's what he said, right? And it's these people don't even know how to operate a phone, and they are scamming other people. So yeah, that's basically what I did. Recently, I believe yesterday, hooked up with another scammer. I asked him how he gets his information. Turns out that scammer and the first scammer I befriended, they actually know each other in real life. So yeah, and at the end, I was just, I kind of got bored, and I was like, hey, how about you don't do this? I know your download history. Also, if someone torrents, and if I have their IP address, I can know what they torrented. So I was like, hey, listen, I know you watched this Avengers movie yesterday. You downloaded it. I am inside your computer. I have hacked your system. Honestly, haven't. I was just using it as a scare tactic, and he got scared. And I like to personally believe that he's not going to scam other people for the next few weeks, as long as that scaring is there inside his head. So yeah, that's basically the scammer update. uh yeah, Aline, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go on.
I'm not I'm not well versed with this field, so it's a question from my side. Like, are there techniques that you can use to identify particularly, except for people asking your contact details and all, how do you know if a link is like a real one or just a phishing link?
Okay, that's a good question. And sometimes even people who do this, scam the scammers, even I get fooled sometimes, and it's completely fine. In fact, it's very common for even tech people and very educated people to fall for scams. But just one general rule of thumb is that if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, right? So if someone comes up to you and tell you like, hey, you want 25 lakhs, and if you are literally seeing like First of all, you won't get that message on WhatsApp. You'll probably get a mail. If you win that much amount, do your own research. Okay, if the inconsistencies in names, if the entire behavior seems very unprofessional, their tone of voice, their language, the way they talk, you can just notice that. But just the first rule is, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Okay, there are many scamming groups like Bitcoin, like give us your Bitcoin and we'll double the Bitcoin. Guys, that's not how cryptocurrency works, sadly, right? Otherwise everyone would just double their Bitcoins. But yeah, so just be very mindful. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, perfect. Talking about Bitcoin, if you guys remember last live, I told you guys I'm gonna invest some money in cryptocurrency. Hashtag it's not financial advice. Please do not follow. This is a disclaimer. Please do not take this advice. And then I'm not legally responsible for anything you do with your cryptocurrency. That's my advice. Okay. So if lawyers, judges, you guys are watching this, I am not legally obligated for the choices that these people make. Well, that out of the way, I'm gonna show you guys my screen, and I'm gonna also open up my Uphold wallet. Give me 1 second. Okay, we'll go to wallet and hopefully it works. Ali, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, for some reason, uh, my Uphold wallet doesn't want to start up. See, this only happens when you're live. Everything that is supposed to go wrong, it goes wrong. Uh, Okay, well, this is not the wallet I wanted to open. But as you can see, I have invested 10 rupees. Once again, this is not how I wanted to show. This is just a dashboard. This is not even the latest UI. I don't know why. Okay, finally, I can open it. We'll give it a few seconds, guys. Otherwise, we'll go to Twitter and complain about my GTPL. You know what? If we all decided to get together and complain about GTPL, they'll probably have to do something about it. Uh, yeah, that's not working. Whatever. So what I did is, guys, I decided to invest 10 rupees, which is like $0.14 for those who are keeping track, into every single cryptocurrency, which is available on Uphold. And this is kind of the division. So I have 25% left, which is I have around $3 or $4 left. And HNT helium, just ignore that for a moment. But everything else, it should be roughly the same. Now, what's my net income so far? I am in a loss. I started with 1000 exactly. Now I have 974 INR. I'm just gonna try to zoom. If my wallet is okay, my wallet is open. Perfect. Okay, so as you guys can see, we are on a downstream. I'm gonna try to zoom, hopefully. Yeah, we are on a downstream. We are going down. That's how crypto works. But yeah, so far I'm losing money. I did gain some money. The highest was 14 rupees, which I was very happy about. I earned 14 rupees, but now I'm going down back again. If we go for a week wise, the highest I earned was 34 rupees. Okay. So yeah, guys, your money is not gonna double in crypto. Just I found out it the hard way. I put $10, but yeah, that's basically the update. I'm gonna keep that money right there, and I'm gonna keep it for the next year. As far as the ban allows me to, and we'll just see how it works. Aline, are you invested in crypto?
I am invested, but I'm not investing.
Okay, you're invested, but you're not investing. That's a very diplomatic answer for someone who wants to get political. But yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, what coin are you, or what crypto are you invested in? If you would like to share with us.
I'm not like really invested in like keeping track of singular coins. I just like to like look at the market as a whole and like see where it's going. Because recently, I don't remember. One of my friends was talking about this, that one of the coins the original investor, like the inventor, sorry, you know, that person like who owned like a vast majority of the coins. Like there was some I forget the name of it. So like there was this particular coin, and the inventor had like a lot of uh, coins in it. So what happened is like from that, so like the market was up for that coin, and suddenly the inventor decided to take back all, like sell all their coins. So like there was this whole like a very constant decrease in the price. So like things like these scare me, because if this is the future of currency, this volatile currency does not seem, because it becomes like, then the question is not like how do you earn money, it's like how do you stop the loss.
That's fair, and I know what you're talking about. It was the what was the show which became Squid Game? Yeah, it was a Squid
Yeah,
token.
yeah,
So what happened is, people, they were not allowed to swap that token out for liquidity. So you just had to invest, and there was a 7 day period. And when it reached its highest, what the creators did is they swapped that token out for liquid income, which is dollars or whatever, and they just ran. That's it, and the price plummeted down. They had the majority of the token. People lost millions of dollars. Now, you have do have a fair point that if it's supposed to be the future of currency, it's not about how much you're gonna win. It's about how do I stop my losses. But be rest assured, see, anyone can make their cryptocurrency. Like, hey, I am planning to make an Easterly coin. uh, Not sure when, but eventually I'll come up with a Easterly coin whenever. It's not free to make, but anyone can do it with enough resources. But it's say cryptocurrency. There are many, like there are 11 more than 1,000 different cryptocurrencies. Okay, I invested in just 56 because that's uphold is authorized for those 56. It's a centralized entity. But if you go on Uniswap or something, you will literally find thousands and thousands of different cryptocurrencies. Uh, don't trust them. Okay, don't trust every single cryptocurrency. They're good for some applications, not good for others. Uh, but yeah, that's basically it. Bitcoin, safe. Monero, really good. Ethereum, really good. They're kind of stable. Even there are utility tokens like DAI, and USDT. The entire point of them is to be stable. Those are known as stable coins, and their value depends on the dollar value. Now, I know the dollar value could go down. Listen, if you're worried about cryptocurrency falling, or if cryptocurrency not being real, I'm just gonna make a very small sentence which might blow your mind. But guess what, guys? The money you have in your wallet, it's not real. It's fiat currency. It represents a value just like Bitcoin does. And overnight, it could go down. There's a known zero chance that tomorrow, when you wake up, oh, wait, that did happen in 2016, right? Your 500 rupee note became worthless with a single announcement. And governments can do that. I didn't want to get into that, but like I was just speaking and it just hit me that, hey, that does happen. The demonetization and stuff, your money could literally become worthless. Okay, now you might be like, oh, I mean, no, that's not true. Modi this did give us like enough amount of time. Guys, people died. Okay, people died trying to exchange their currencies. Okay, I'm not gonna get into much detail, but it's exactly the same way with Bitcoin. But what's the plus point? It's decentralized. Okay, no one controls the Bitcoin price. No one controls it. It depends on the market. The majority decides it. It is in itself truly democratic. Okay, it's the future of the currency. Normal currency for a reason. It's more free. It's less centralized. And yes, as Lakshil is mentioning, Zimbabwe has almost lost their currency. But yeah, inflation. You know what cryptocurrency doesn't have? Inflation. By definition, cryptocurrency will always go down. Like, enough time, the Bitcoin will stop. You cannot mine Bitcoin after a certain amount of time. For people who are mining pi on their, there's mining pi on the application, you can mine pi. As you can see, they have this graph that the mining rate goes half after every 10 million users, which is kind of very, if you think about it, there at a point there will only be enough bitcoins or enough amount of coins in the world, whereas governments, they can just print out new money, and your money, the money you have in your wallet, it just loses its value. And you are getting into kind of like, the economy, economics and stuff. Commerce people here, I'm pretty sure they are kind of enjoying this, and they must have like so many opinions on this. Like, hey, oh man, that's not how currency works. But yeah, I might not be qualified to talk about normal currency, and I sure as hell am not qualified to talk about cryptocurrency. But I do know the basics, and I've dabbled in it, so I'm kind of qualified to at least know what I'm talking about. So yeah, there's your why should we listen to you, Aman,
Just
thing.
one more thing, like, a country like El Salvador being like legalizing Bitcoin as their like legal tender, I think that's a very big step because like that it can work in a way that you're not like completely unsure about whether you can like establish you know crypto as a whole with your like standing currency, and like El Salvador doing that and like making Bitcoin a legal tender. I think that's a very big step for like crypto as a whole. Like even though like yes, Bitcoin does have like a lot of ups and downs. Like as you said, like within like a few years when like the the mining of Bitcoin is limited to like like almost finite, you can't then have a lot of ups and downs because then there is limited like Bitcoin to work with. Only till the time you don't reach that level do you have like very massive booms and very big busts. Like after that, it's like it's kind of like the equation between like USD and INR. The more your demand is high, the more the prices is rise. So I think only like a few years down the line, we'll have like very stable cryptocurrencies. Not trying to jinx any of that, but like uh, we will. I think that
Controversial. Okay, just stop it. Controversial update. Aline makes a statement. Bitcoin goes down by 40 points.
so I think like things like that, getting countries to accept it, like making legal tenders out of cryptocurrencies is like a very big step for them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think crypto is the future. You know what? Even kind of the Indian governments agree on that too. You know how? Because there have been rumors, and I'm gonna say rumors, guys, rumors. Once again, I don't know if it's actually the truth or not, but people, I have heard rumors that Indian government's gonna come up with their own Indian tokenized rupee. It's gonna be centralized, and it's possible for a cryptocurrency to be centralized. Okay, it's not that every cryptocurrency by default is decentralized. No, there are something known as utility tokens. They depend on the blockchain. Blockchain is just a technology. Okay, now it can be totally private. That's what Batcoin is. Batcoin is privatized, mind you. Even Batcoin and other, you might have heard of different things. But yeah, that's basically, uh, India is gonna come up with an cashless system. Mind you, cashless system is not UPI. Okay, we have UPI, Unified Payments Interface, but that is connected with the actual legal fiat currency you have. This is a completely different, totally different coin. But yeah, that's what the rumors are. Oh, Takshil says, okay, it's true. RBI announced it. Once again, Takshil, I'll refrain from making an opinion on that because I've not read it for myself and I do not understand it yet. So there's that. Sandeep, she has a really good point. That's because making crypto a legal tender has a great potential for growth of most of the economies. That's fair, right? As I said, if you are thinking that crypto and blockchain is not the future, then respectfully, with the utmost respect, you are wrong. It's like I've heard this metaphor that, uh, from going from the normal horse cart, okay, from riding on a horse to jumping to car, right? That difference is the difference we are going to have with uh, with the cryptocurrency taking place of fiat currency. And it's not just cryptocurrency. Okay, I should stop saying cryptocurrency. It's a blockchain. Okay, it's gonna make a difference in your lives. It's gonna change the way we have tenders. By tender, I mean legalized documents. It's going to change the way we legalize documents. NFTs, you might have heard of NFTs, right? And NFTs aren't just basic ASCII character or pixelated art. No, it's much more. It's not just art, it could be any single thing, right? You have property documents. NFT could solve that. Instead of having a property document, now you have it on the blockchain, which stays there forever. Now, I was having this discussion with my friends. I believe, I don't know if it was live, whatever. But yeah, that's basically what NFT is. We talked about this on the last live. Blockchain is the future. Okay. And whoever, whenever people have tried to stop the future, it just hits you back really hard. Uh, that's not a jab at the Indian government, please. For legal reasons, I am not. It's just a normal statement that I made. Okay. uh yeah, I'm gonna get comments like hashtag woke Aman Veresia. Please, guys, don't do that. But yeah, and see, as I say that, we have our viewer numbers increasing, and I have a feeling someone's gonna, like, people are coming from all over, like, hey, Aman is wrong. But yeah, Eileen, do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think I agree with your point that, blockchain, like, even though people disagree with crypto, I don't think they can disagree with blockchain, because, like, blockchain is, as you said, the future. Like, even like storing your information, blockchain is way more efficient than like what we have right now, and like keeping things technically forever. Like, systems could fail. I don't think you can fail blockchain. So, like, things like that. And like, I think the government cannot like interfere in like stopping blockchain, because technically they don't own blockchain. So like, if they just don't use it, doesn't make, like, doesn't stop other people from using it. So I think
That's
the
fair.
main aspect of like blockchain is just a better personalized, I'm like not using the like technical words, but it's like a more, it's like a cloud that has like a capacity to live on forever.
Yeah, that's, you know what, that's fair. That's really fair. uh One more thing, that, like, I recently rewatched Silicon Valley. Once again, Silicon Valley is a really good show. It's on HBO. It's on Disney Plus as well. If you own Hotstar and stuff, go watch it. But they have this decentralized internet. Okay, now there are decentralized internet projects at the moment they work. Do you want? Okay, Ali, do you know of any decentralized internet projects? Have you heard of any? Yes or no? Like, do you think decentralized internet projects
I
exist?
think your internet,
Oh, is it mine? Hold on.
just a second. I think your internet is
Chat, is it my
down.
internet? Am I lagging? Chat, give me a yes or no.
Yeah.
Ali, I'm pretty sure it's your internet. It's not a perfect YouTube live if the
Is it
internet
okay?
doesn't.
Now I can see.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was saying it's not a perfect YouTube live unless the internet stops working. But yeah, as I was saying, Ali, I was asking you a question. Have you heard, or did Aline just drop off? Aline just dropped off. Okay, it's just me. Okay, so as I was saying, Aline should be back. As I was saying, decentralized internet does exist at this point. You know what that is? That's the Tor network, the Tor websites. That's how it works. The Tor is technically a decentralized network. You cannot shut down Tor. You can shut down a server. You can shut down an ISP. You can shut down all that stuff. But Tor network on its own is decentralized. And now people are like, "What is Tor? What are you talking about?" Tor is basically the onion router. And you're like, onions? What? Why are we talking about onions? Guys, it's just, have you heard of dark web, deep web? That's what Tor is, right? That's what Tor is, and it's a decentralized network. Okay. There are other networks. There's IDP. I've heard about DEX as well. the free internet, the free internet project, all that stuff, they are by definition decentralized networks. But yeah, so decentralized internet, why it's a cool thing? Recently Facebook was down, right? If there was a decentralized internet, if we are using a decentralized internet, Facebook would not have gone down. WhatsApp would not stop working just because some engineer made a mistake. That's not how it would work. The Telegram latency, the video calls that we have, the YouTube watching platform, we have so much issues sometimes, so much of the population of this earth, they do not have access to internet. Why? Because the systems are centralized. It's a centralized internet, it's a centralized network. For people coming from information or data communications class, they know this centralized system, it's a hub, every single node connects to it, and that's why it's bad. If that node fails, everything else fails. And we have Aline here again. Now we have two Alines. But yeah, that's fair, that's fine. Aline, it seems like you are having some internet issues. No worries, I've kicked out the other imposter, Aline. But yeah, as I was saying, that's basically it. Decentralized internet is the future. Uh, yeah, that's it. I think we are done on all the news. Unless someone from the chat has another topic they might want to talk. If not, I think we're going to close out on the live stream at this moment. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming to watch the live. If you're not subscribed yet, and that's usually going to be the Aline's followers from Instagram, guys, subscribe. It's an amazing channel. We're going to have Aline again next week, probably. But yeah, so yeah, please subscribe. We have an amazing community on Telegram as well. If you have programming doubts, if you have doubts about hacking, whatever, come and ask a question on Telegram. Okay, we have this really open community. People will literally drop everything to answer your question. I'm not kidding. If you have a doubt about Python, C++, or just doubts in general, like, hey, what phone should I buy? Like, that's a technical question, right? Just drop it in our chat. People will give you resources for it. Okay. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. Aline is having uh, some internet issues. But yeah, thank you everyone. You guys can drop off if you wish to. I mean, I'm gonna close out the live anyway, so you will have to drop off. But yeah, Aline, do you have some final words to say before people drop off? Maybe they are waiting for you.
I was listening to whatever is going
Aline, maybe
on.
you wanna turn off your video because your audio is kinda
Sure. Better now?
much better. Go on.
Okay. Yeah, I was listening to like what you said about like the free internet, and I agree. Like, that is going to be the future. And I think nothing much to say. Like, join the community. We'll always like, have fun there. Like, even like I am there just like I'm not like into a lot of tech stuff. I just enjoy reading the messages. I just get to learn stuff, like things I didn't know. Like, it's like Inception. I didn't know something, and I got to know that I didn't know that because of your community. So I think, you know what's better, join the community.
You heard
Yeah,
it from
that's
the
it.
man. Yeah. You heard it from the man himself. Okay. Now Aline saying join the community. Now you have to. Aline, if you say subscribe, they'll have to subscribe. It's
Of
like a
course,
thing.
they'll have to subscribe. They'll have to like the stream. They'll have to go follow Aman on his Instagram. They'll have to go follow the Telegram channel.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna close out the live. Thank you so much once again for all of you to join. We had fun. We'll see you on the next live on Friday. Thank you.